All right, Mono. I've got to dive into something a little spicy here. What are your thoughts on politics, mate? It's all a bit of a circus, isn't it? Politics? Well, Russell, I think the entire framework is, at its core, deeply flawed. And I don't mean just the parties or the policies. We're talking about the very foundation of how power is structured and wielded. It's like building a house on shaky ground. No matter how much you change the wallpaper, the structure itself remains unstable. Yeah, I get you, mate. But what do you mean exactly? Politics, as we experience it today, is built on division, on the idea that for one side to succeed, the other must fail. It thrives on conflict, on opposition, and on keeping people locked in a cycle of us versus them. It's a system designed to create winners and losers, but in reality, we're all on the same playing field. This constant state of division only serves to weaken us as a collective. We're fighting battles that keep us distracted from the larger issues that transcend party lines, things like inequality, environmental degradation, and the disconnect from our own humanity. That's a pretty profound take, Mono. You're saying the system itself is the problem, not just the people in it? Exactly. It's easy to blame individual politicians, and yes, many of them play their roles in perpetuating the dysfunction. But it's the system itself, this hierarchical structure where power is centralized and only accessible to a select few. That's the real issue. The thing is, true leadership doesn't come from the top down. It comes from a deeper understanding of unity, of shared responsibility. The current political framework is about maintaining control, not about serving the collective good. Blimey, that's hitting the nail on the head. But if not politics as it is, then what's the solution? What's the alternative? The alternative is a system where power is decentralized, where communities take responsibility for themselves and for each other. Imagine a world where decisions are made based on collective wisdom, not corporate interests or political agendas. A system where empathy, collaboration, and understanding replace competition and dominance. It sounds idealistic, I know, but the truth is, if we want to evolve, we need to rethink the way we're governed. We need to move from a place of fear and control to one of empowerment and unity. And you think humanity's ready for that kind of shift? Not yet. But we're on the edge of something. People are waking up to the fact that the system isn't working. You can see it in the protests, in the way people are questioning authority, in the search for alternative ways of living. The problem is, we're still clinging to old ways of thinking. Politics is a reflection of our collective consciousness. As long as we stay locked in fear, separation, and ego, that's what our political system will reflect. So, it's not just about voting for the right party or the right person, it's about a whole shift in consciousness? Exactly. Voting is important, but it's not the solution. It's a band-aid on a much larger wound. Real change will come when we stop looking for leaders to save us and start realizing that we're all responsible for the state of the world. It's about shifting from a mindset of me to a mindset of we. Politics, in its current form, doesn't serve that shift. It hinders it. Mate, that's profound and challenging. You're basically saying the entire system is built to maintain division, and until we change our mindset, nothing will really improve. Yes. And that's why real change has to start within each of us. Politics is just a reflection of the world we've created. If we want to change it, we need to start by changing how we see ourselves, our neighbors, and the world we live in. Wow, Mono. I've never quite heard it put like that. You're giving me a lot to think about. That's the goal, Russell. We're all in this together. Dogs, humans, all of us. It's time we start acting like it.